happening. Yes, first one in. Well done, I've only been live 33 seconds according to YouTube. Yeah, I'll be testing a few new things out today. Most importantly, the red truck. Originally I did have the DLC set to go live tonight in what would be 9 minutes time, 9:30 PM my time, but then I realised if there were any issues with testing, I wouldn't have much time to really fix it before it went live, and the last thing I want to do is release a broken DLC. So I'm going to test this tonight. I'm trying to think what's changed. The biggest thing is that map generation is now blazingly fast. So set 100. I don't know if you heard the sound effect from my wife there in the background, but yeah, it's like what you apparently. It's that fast. So 100-kilometer map. If I hit generate map, there is it like a second. So the reason for this is actually that might be under NDA. The reason for it's under NDA, probably. So yeah, someone pointed out that the map generation was too slow, so I looked for a way to speed it up. So yeah, 100 by 100 map. Also nicely, there's a link to the store page as well. So you can wishlist it. So if you go, how do you wishlist? It's been a while since I've actually wishlisted something. Go on the page, and then nice big green add to your wishlist button. Let's close this. Right, I just want to go back to the game. Right. There's also been an update to how tornadoes are rendered. 1 second, my screen's lost focus. So, before I kind of just randomized like the height, like the top radius, the bottom radius, the curves, some offsets and things like that. Now there's actual tornado profiles, so it'll say this is going to be a rope tornado, this is going to be a wedge tornado or stovepipe. And then based on the profile, it'll randomize like the debris cloud and other rendering parameters per profile, which means I don't have to have a big range of random numbers which work together in every case. It simplifies things a bit. Plus, I feel like the tornadoes are better, like they look better, especially the debris cloud, which I know a lot of people were complaining about. Either didn't exist or it was far too big. So that's hopefully fixed as well, and we'll playtest a few tornadoes. What else? I bumped the career mode up. It defaulted to 20-kilometer maps. It's now defaulted to a 50-kilometer map. You also get something called, what is it, like floating point precision error. So if you imagine this is your map, this bottom left corner here is your 0, 0 coordinate. What I was doing is I was making this the bottom left corner of the map. The problem you get is, as you get further from that origin, the XY position of where you are, it becomes a large number. And because of that, you start to get rounding errors, and things like physics, especially like vehicle suspension, gets very jittery. And because of that, if you generated a 100-kilometer map, you'd spawn in the middle where the X and Y coordinate are 50,000, so you'd spawn somewhere where it'd be jittery. Now what it does is it centers the map around 0, 0, 0, so that it won't start to get jittery until you've driven quite a distance. So hopefully we'll see quite stable vehicle physics. What else I changed? I've also bumped up the post-processing lighting. So you add what's called post-exposure, so it's essentially brightening. Like if you're familiar with photography, the exposure time or the shutter speed determines how much light gets into the camera sensor. So I had that set to 1, I've upped it to 1.4. I think it just overall makes the game easier to see. It's brighter without losing the stormy atmosphere. Anyway, let's actually test this out. So I've got red truck, so we've got a placeholder pickup. I showed that in the last stream. The yellow truck and the red truck. So last time on the last stream I had, hello Wyoming weather trackers. So the last stream, I was having difficulty controlling the truck, even though I'd already fixed the handling characteristics. It turns out before I went live, I copied an old folder that I generated the DLC in instead of the latest one. So hopefully this time we've got exactly what we're hoping for, which is the latest DLC. Top 56%, top 63. I've got plenty of skips. Top 86. Come on. Top 99. In other words, bottom 1% of chasers. Come on, got a better look. I'm having an awful look. Top 13%. There we go. I'll keep hunts enabled to keep things interesting. I've got my controller plugged in here. Alright. Yeah, map's noticeably brighter. Also, headlights light up now with the lights. Look at that. Fog lights as well at the bottom. I assume those are fog lights at the bottom. The tail lights. eventually what I want to do, and this will probably come after the DLC update, is have those rear lights actually switch. So when you brake, they'll light up red. When you hold it down to go into reverse, they'll go in, like you'll get the white reverse light. Also, people will be happy about this. So see that horrible motion blur? Now go performance, motion blur, disabled. Also audio, scroll up here, engine volume, set it to 60. Much better. Actually now it feels a bit too quiet, let's bump it up to 80. Maybe 72. Let me just check all my settings I've got, because sometimes I fiddle with these off stream and then forget to set them back. Full screen, high fidelity, ultra, 12K, 60 FPS, no VSync, 70-degree field of view, max object density, 400, 500, disabled, yep. And then look, no more nasty motion blur. I know when Jeff Fabiano mentioned it, I was like, Jeff asked for it, I have to implement that. Right, I do know I'm driving the wrong direction for the storm. Let me find a good place to flip the Kiwi here. Yeah, I've actually been driving for a bit today. Gotta give credit to my wife, she did most of the driving. Had a drive from Shropshire to Newcastle today, which is quite a drive. She probably did about 2/3, say. 1/3. A bit more than 2/3, no, I did a bit less of it. I did the final like hour and a half from, where was it? Where's Reghead again? Where? Penrith, yeah, from Penrith back to Newcastle. I did have to do a bit of a sketchy overtake while driving back. So there's like it's called a dual carriageway, but dual carriageway means traffic flows in both directions. It's not actually referring to the number of lanes. So it's like a single lane in each direction, dual carriageway. I was stuck behind like a slow-moving lorry, so it temporarily opened up to a 2-lane dual carriageway for a few hundred yards. It's like, now's my chance, let's go and overtake. So as in England, so driving in the left-hand lane here, I move out to overtake, realise I'm not going to make it, and then a pickup truck illegally undertook me, which sat on my left there, and so I couldn't move back. So then I just had to commit to the overtake, so I ended up having to overtake about 4 cars, and I managed to merge in right at the merge point, like right before it narrowed back down to 1 lane. So a bit of a sketchy manoeuvre, I didn't want to have to do it, but because somebody illegally undertook and sat on my inside, I couldn't move back across. So a bit annoying. Anyway, let's see what tornado this drops. The handling physics on this seem fine. There's some slight rocking, but you'd expect that in a, I guess, in a truck you can move over a slightly bumpy surface. The lights on. I think I'll probably dial down the light brightness now, since the post exposure is making up for the lack of lighting. That warp cloud's getting close to the ground. Let's get some velocity on there. Oops, right. I probably should look where I'm going. Okay, that looks like it's moving to the south. Luckily now, with the 50-kilometer map, we've got plenty of time to chase it. So let's take, so we've got a cornfield on the right. After we pass the second cornfield, I'll turn left there. Let's see what this thing drops.
You did pass on those hills from some towns, damage your car if you went sideways into it, but it's coming off the ground. Yeah, so I used Easy Roads 3D to place those roads, and I had to make some adjustments to the hill, and Easy Roads isn't that good, and I couldn't, like, once I essentially baked in the road surface, I then couldn't change it to match the updated terrain. So yeah, there's a bit of a gap. I do need to fix that. It does look a bit janky.
That's a word I haven't used in a long time. I've got a tail cloud feeding in there on the right. Got some rain bands swirling around, so this looks pretty cool. Am I even under the precipitation yet? Just the light precipitation. Now, according to the radar, something's touching down now. Tiny tornado according to the radar, but don't see anything yet. That's just measuring the ground circulation. Hello, just editing for fun. One thing, the tornado trails may seem a bit more pixelated now with these higher map sizes, just because we're essentially stretching the same image overlay of the tornado trails. It's the same resolution, but now it's being stretched over a much larger distance. We need to come up with a more elegant solution to that. And where's it heading? I think we keep heading south. Well, does this warrant an EAS alert, or do you think we can outrun it? We're doing 110. Let's try and outrun it. Let's do this the fun way. Oh, something cool as well for people in the UK. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we've got a Spanish plume set up. Looks like an intense 2-3 days of storms Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think mainly Thursday for Newcastle. So I'm looking forward to that. The last time I got any sort of storm footage was back in the very beginning of June, I think it was, or mid-June. Starting to rope out a bit. Let me warn this town since we're going past it anyway. Warning those two. Oh yeah, maybe we'll have to go through and then turn left and come back up and warn these two. I love how the lights have, like, look, even the cab lights at the top, watch. Even those light up. I'm probably never going to own one of these in real life. Probably not even a Ram, let alone a second-gen Dodge Ram. So this is the closest I'll probably ever come. Oh, camera's flipping through the bed of the truck there. Hello, Tombert. Oh, yeah. How did I remember it again? It's like if your name's Tim, your name's actually James. Yeah, I think that's how I remembered it. And I said you come up with these bizarre mnemonics that actually work. Oh yeah, I'm back. Yeah, so you're in Newcastle, aren't you? Or the surrounding areas. So yeah, should hopefully see some actual decent thunderstorms the next couple of days. Hello, Tombert. Hope the red truck is more than liability only insurance. Yeah. Actually, give me an idea. I kind of wanted to put a subtle nod to that on the DLC page because I really liked that one. I thought, oh, that's clever. I didn't think of that. But I've got to be really careful to keep a distance between this Twister and actual branded trucks. Got our work cut out for us here. Oh, it's just started to touch down. It's right next to us. It's touching down right next to us. Where is it? Can't see anything yet. It's right in front of us. Look at that thing. It's racing. Right, what we need to do, actually, we've got 2 sets of probes. So let's go data. We're going to take off wind. What's the one to slow it down again? There's a temperature. Reduces ground speed, yeah. Let's go to probe 2 as well, and we're going to set that up the same way. Right, so we're going to at least try and slow it down first. Let's go for our first intercept. This tornado's not wanting to touch down. One thing I've noticed in the game though, they'll usually cycle once, and on the second cycle they'll usually come back really strong and intensify really rapidly. Let's throw around this corner here. Where is it? I can't see anything. I can't even see ground circulation just yet. Is it gonna hit? I don't think those two are actually really in danger. Let's hop out the truck, see what we can see, which as of right now is nothing. Apparently go, oh yeah, look, there it is. You see it, there's some dust swirling up there. I did see some discussion and questions on the server whether there are land spouts, but now the answer is no. I just don't think they're interesting enough to add into the game. Like, it'd literally just be eye candy. Like, you're not really going to be able to intercept them. If you do, at best, you're going to get, like, F1 strength samples. I just don't think I'd have to add a whole new, like, rendering pack so that you can differentiate between tornadoes and land spouts. And I just don't think that interesting. It's just like a cylinder of dust. Now, the game right now, it has multi-vortex, horizontal vortices, so you can have like dead man walking tornadoes, wedges, cones, ropes, stovepipes. Oh, we're in the middle of it now. Oh, it's intensifying rapidly as well. Right, let's see who else do we need to warn. Luckily nobody yet, but the road doesn't continue down south very well. I guess I'm going to have to turn right and do this annoying little loop-a-loop and maybe warn some of those towns in the meantime. Yes, what do I need to go? I need to go left, don't I? To the west. Can we see it? I can't see the tornado yet. Where is it? It seems to just be cycling again. I've got a little bit of a nub of a funnel cloud here, but nothing happening just yet. Right, let's not spend too much time stationary. We really need to work to stay ahead of this. It's flying. How close are we to slowing it down? Not that far off, actually. Let's stop in the dust cloud here. Whoop. Yeah, that went up to like F2, F3 strength there for a split second. Oh, left, I meant right. When I said left, I meant right. Okay, now we're in a really annoying position where we're probably going to have to off-road for a bit. Not that far, we'll have to off-road for maybe about 500-600 meters. I think the truck can handle 120 mph wind. Okay, we've slowed the ground speed down by 30%, that's good. Whoa, those cars are getting lifted. Ours not though, because we've got a good branded truck. Interestingly, oops. So a very similar, but definitely not the exact same truck as this one, truck in Twister, when they did the scene where they dropped the... Wow, that's gone from not being visible to being like a wedge, a violent wedge, in a few seconds there. Anyway, Twister, the Dorothy 2 scene on Twister Hill, where the power line like drops onto it, it hits the flatbed, or is it called the flatbed? It's the bed of the truck, and I think they had to actually do that stunt like 4 times before it actually crumpled the side of the truck at the back. Just goes to show how strong it was. Oh, that's getting rain wrapped. That's dangerous. Look, this is a strong look at the precipitation curtains. This is a strongly rain wrapped tornado. Right, let's do this one with care. Right, we're gonna... Whoa, look at those power flashes. Right, I think the visibility's a lot better. I'm glad I pumped the post exposure up. 0.3 of a mile. It already looks intimidating, and it's only 0.3 of a mile wide. Right, should we do this by hand? Lift and drop. Lift and drop. Actually, you know what? We're going to go a little bit further down the road. That's the good thing about having 2 probes. If you're not exactly sure... Uh-oh, I think I'm taking a bit too long here. Alright, get in the truck. Get in the truck. There we go. If you're not exactly sure, you can always drive a little bit further. And then you're almost guaranteed to get at least one of them some decent data. Let's close that. Okay, didn't close it quite well. Enough. Alright, it's slowing down again. What's its ground speed now? 17 miles an hour. That's good. I think now my wife's stealing my jelly beans. While I stream, I've got a pack of jelly beans I like to snack on, and she's stolen my jelly beans. Wow, look at that. It's trundling along. Trundling, is that an accurate word to describe what a wedge tornado does? It's not wisping along, it's not like floating along, it's not like a little needle or something, or rope. Let's change the data now. Let's do these ones. Then maybe on this one, we'll do all of them. Right, are there any towns you need to worry about just now? Luckily not. That's hard to see, that's getting rain wrapped. Look at that. Can't jump on top of this truck. I'll try and get in it. No, I can't. Can't do what I want in my own game. That looks legit. Not much contrast, but that's the point. It looks like, just looking at the thickness of the rain curtains, they're coming all the way to the ground almost every direction you look where the storm cell is. The super cell. This is definitely selected the highly rain wrapped mode. Look, I think the debris cloud's definitely improved. Will this DLC cost money? It will, but I've opted for it to be fairly cheap. I think I can say the price. I don't think I can show screenshots of Valve's like behind the scenes work. So you can input a price and then Valve will calculate the price in each country. I don't think I can show that, but I've chosen to be $2.99 when it releases. So it's not going to be like a DLC that costs the same as the game. Hello, real Smurf. You pay for the DLC with water and bananas. If you can convince, so that's not up to me. You've got to convince Valve to accept the water and bananas. I think that already looks like it's getting intense. We can switch between probe cameras as well. Got one view of the tornado here. Whoa, that's wider than the whole thing. And then this one here. We almost have stereoscopic vision. We're looking at it at two different angles. Right, I think I'll get in the truck. Excuse me. I've had a bit of a persistent cough. So I got some pretty bad tonsillitis a couple of weeks ago. I've had a persistent cough since then. What am I doing? Quick recall. Select the other probe. Quick recall. Right. No towns to worry about just yet. Let's continue southward. Oh, actually, I just realised we're in a bit of a situation here where we need to stay ahead of the tornado, but it might cut our escape route off. Did I disable chemicals? I think. Right. It's also time. Let's enable all the data on both probes. Disable chemicals, yeah. And disable chemicals is a global thing, so you can't disable it on one probe and enable it on another. I might change that, but for now it's a global thing. So you've chosen to disable chemicals, probably in a pretty urgent situation where the tornado's getting out of hand, so then having to flip between probes and choose which one to disable it on, and having to make sure you chose them both. I thought it might be a bit confusing, so I've just had it. If you disable it for all probes. I'm gonna lie for a long time. Yeah, no, it has been a long time. So I was ill, and then I've just had a family holiday where I haven't had computer. I've only had my phone on me. Just got back this evening. So yeah, it's been a while. Hasn't been usual scheduling. One thing I want to do actually as well, because I might release this update tonight, so at least everybody's game's ready for the DLC. Will just come out till Friday. Oh, I can barely see that. It's just rain curtains pretty much at this point. Yeah, I might release this so it's just ready for it. But what I do want to do is let you like tilt your head all the way, like rotate your head, just so you can look out the back as you drive. Was that called multi-vortex? Try and find a view where there's no bushes in the way. That looks like it's called multi-vortex to me. Looks like the Greensburg AF5. I really need to make an effort to like memorize these famous tornadoes. Like you can see the rotation left to right in there. It's hard to tell how close it is. Like if I have the map disabled, at what point do we need to go? And is it coming straight towards us? It's hard to tell, isn't it? I want my game to teach people two things. Don't mess with tornadoes. Definitely don't mess with rain-wrapped tornadoes, and don't stop under overpasses. Maybe even teach people if you're going to stop, at least do it off the road, not like what I've just done. It's getting close now, isn't it? It's hard to tell. It's getting close. It's closer than it was before, but how close? Really difficult to tell. It's no real depth perception. It's hard to say. Change the borders around the tornado funnel on the radar. So that wasn't an intentional change. Since the maps now can go 50 kilometers up to 100 kilometers and be generated pretty much instantly, less than a second. What that means is these overlays are essentially just imagine an image that I'm overlaying on the radar. Since the map's so much bigger now, you've got to stretch that same overlay over a much greater distance. So the same way as if you just click and drag a picture in Photoshop and paint and upscale it, it's going to get pixelated. Right, I think now's the time maybe to go. Oh, it's still about 500 meters away. So yeah, it's a bit more pronounced now. I've tried to add some anti-aliasing to it. Oh wow, this is a pretty good view. 1 second, I'm just going to turn the hood off and not speak for a second so I can click this. One thing I've noticed, it's hard to see the rotation in this. We really need to look up a bit higher. But the tornadoes are randomized, so sometimes they'll be more laminar and smooth, and sometimes they'll be very like ragged and bumpy. We're almost underneath the upper part of the funnel. Are there any towns in danger? No, luckily. What I might do, I'm going to do this, data. I'm going to enable chemicals, but I'm going to polarize the ground. So we want to speed it up a bit, just so we're not waiting all day for it to go off the map. So maybe if I can get up to like 15-20 miles an hour, that'll be perfect. Look at that thing. Let's just close the tailgate. This one's very much rain wrapped. It's very difficult to see. What does the hoop look like? This must have a decent hook on it. Yeah, getting a bit of an inflow notch forming there. Yeah, it's very rain wrapped. Check its ground speed. Let's look at it from the probe camera point of view. I forgot this doesn't lag the game now. I've got used to avoiding using it on stream because it used to lag the game, but now it's absolutely fine. Some debris flying there. Which means it probably looks cool from this point of view. Okay, now this is a one worth... what have I got the field view set to? 70. I'll keep it at 70. This is probably going to be worth clipping. Pay attention to what the chemicals are doing. It's still moving at 10 miles an hour. Did I do this for both probes? Yeah, I got temperature reversed for both probes, but still moving 10 miles an hour. Luckily, it doesn't look like there's anything really in danger, at least not for a while. We can maybe make use of the AES alert before it gets to the end of the map. I think we're a little bit close. That's only half a mile wide, for reference. How do I get there? My only 3 routes to get south are totally encompassed by the tornado funnel. I don't want to end up behind it. I think we're going to have to off-road. We're going to have to do a Bill Paxton and off-road it. You liked off-road. How many times does he off-road in the movie? So you have the ditch scene. Before the ditch scene, he kind of gets run off the road, but I don't think that counts. So you got ditch scene. I don't think there's any off-road with the F2. With the F3, they have the whole walk in the woods cornfield scene, which I still haven't managed to track down yet. Right, let's try and get another intercept set up along here. Maybe let's give ourselves a bit more margin. Let's intercept in the woods. Speaking of walking in the woods, let's go to the wood. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that thing. That is insane. And then let's see the F4 scene they're not really driving, then the F5 scene that do the final bit where they drive the truck through the cornfields. So yeah, quite a lot of driving not on roads. 0.6 of a mile, possibly growing as well. So what I can do, since one probe's already kind of in it still, we can just recall one probe and then deploy it in the path. Wow. You can see the motion now, look at that. Look at that thing. Sorry, let me catch up on the chat. I'm conscious I haven't read the chat in a little while. Need to stay ahead of this thing. I want to get it sped up to about 20 miles an hour is probably a decent 25. Maybe not 30, 30's a bit fast. You might notice there's different engine sounds on this one as well. So let me read chat. Make the best cage only pay if the rain curtains are thick enough. Yeah, I still need to do some tweaking with how the volumetric precipitation works. I still haven't fully made up my mind how I want that to be handled. Should we switch to camera view? I think we're in a pretty safe spot here. Oh, nice power flash there. Probe camera, which one do I try to remember which one is that? Probe 1. This one appears to have fallen through the map. Ah yes, because the underneath map, let's just quickly call that. Oh, I'm not in the truck. So I have a secondary low quality terrain underneath the map. that there for this very reason. So when the map tile unloads, it doesn't fall through the map. But that was 50 kilometers by 50 kilometers, and it looks like it might be offset incorrectly now. Look, you can see what it looks like from this point of view. How are we doing on ground? Ground speed's starting to pick up. Let's get one more ground speed hit, and then I think I'm going to disable chemicals, because it's also increasing the wind speed quite a lot, and I don't have to deal with like an F10 tornado. Like, given how wide that is, look how fast it's moving. Oh, another thing to test, as it hits these power lines, we should get power flashes. Okay, it's moving 36. Definitely want to disable chemicals now. Right. Let's watch till those power lines start making power flashes. Make a typical faulty shoe bricks if you die in a tornado standing outside your car. Good luck, did you? I like that. I might actually do that. Right, let's have a look. We should get some power flashes right where those power lines are. Preferably before our shoe bricks fail. The controller's vibrating now. It means I'm getting a bit close. Oh, there we go. There's one. There's another one. We should get 5. Okay, I think I may need to move. There's 4. Should get one more. Is that the 5th one there? Yeah, different pattern. Let's see. What's the probe seeing? Let's go to probe 2. Just F3 strength. That's fine. I'll need to time this AAS alert right. Okay, so I think we'll just keep heading south till we get to the T-junction, then turn right. I think it's transitioned to a lower precipitation mode now. It's a lot easier to see. Got a horizontal vortex coming up on the left-hand side there. Now it's gone. Oh, hello, Neon. Cheers, I'm glad you enjoyed the look of the truck. I'm allowed to say how much for the DLC? Yeah, it's going to be $2.99. Plus I use Valve's calculator to do some sort of affordability analysis in every country and automatically suggest prices for other countries as well. It's absorbed the parent wall cloud, which means we're entering mega wedge territory. 0.9 of a mile. Not good. Escape plan. I completely forgot hunts were even a thing in the game, let alone that I'd enabled them. Right, plan. Right, I think EAS alert's warranted here, because I'm probably going to have to take it near some towns. That phone number there, in case you're wondering, is 2366132. It's one of my favourite songs. Right, look at that beast. Can you imagine something like that following you in real life? Also, Neon, I tried to send you a DM earlier, but it said, I think you got some sort of bot or something which auto-rejects if we're not friends, so I sent you a friend request. I was just trying to send you a message about something, so yeah, if you're able to check and prove that, I'll tell you about something cool. Oh look, is that all? I think that's all road chunks getting torn up there. Right, we'll have to make this next left. Have to make this next left. If we miss it, we've got no escape route. Come on, go. Get back on the road, please. Back on the road. Right, escape. Where am I going? Right, it's moving at 99 miles an hour towards us. Oh, no. Right, we're going to take the next left and then just hammer it as hard as we can. We're going to have to escape through the woods. Actually, no, I'm going to get some more more space between us and the tornado. That's moving 99, 110. We're all opening up some space. Right, can't even make out what's a tornado and what's just this one. We'll have to make this left. There's no room for missing this. like the brake, I hate how to slow down for corners, but physics is a thing, and you can't just make 90-degree turns at speed without injuring or killing the occupants of the vehicle. I stopped punting, but I'm still in a really bad spot. Thought we weren't going to make it out there. Right, so we survived the great tornado hunt of 19th of April 1990. I think we'll just watch it from here. That's seriously just 1.1 miles at the base. If I was looking at that, I'd be like, oh, that's like 2 miles wide. That's 1 mile wide. So like Hallam and El Reno, just incomprehensible. I think I'm glad you think the game's turned out great. Yeah, I'm just looking at my update history. And yeah, this last year, I can't remember, it started sometime late last year where I really picked up the pace on updating the game. Because since I was starting from scratch, I had like no momentum. I had to re-implement like everything again. But then once you get the basics, so once I had like a panable map, like in zoom, and some basic tiles which load in and out, I then felt like I started to have a bit of a game there, and then it was just adding things, and I was able to hopefully keep that momentum up for quite a while now. Dusty Van DLC next. I was actually thinking that. I couldn't find anything pre-made though, so I would have to hire someone to make it. Like there are GMC vans. Like it's like a GMC, I forget what it is. But they're like on like different 3D model marketplaces. So I haven't got a Steam thumbnail screenshot thing yet. But nothing that resembles Dusty's van. The game hasn't frozen, I've just taken a screenshot. Let's get a screenshot with the truck with the lights on in the foreground. Of course, I can't call it the barn burner. I have to allude to it without using any sort of branding or anything like that, or references from the movie. Christian Gonzalez, that tornado is terrifying. Yes, it is. It's weird how, even though like I created it, I still feel scared of it, even though I know it's not real. I just get that feeling of, I guess because in the game you still have choices to make, and so since it's within my hands to decide what to do, that I still feel that pressure even though it's all virtual. It's like I couldn't play Phasmophobia. Like even though I know it's a game, I know how games are made, just get way too scared playing it. About the vehicle side is DLC. So maybe I could have, if I can find a 3D modeler who's willing to do essentially the barn burner. Yeah, I just realised we can actually fall off the edge of the map now. Should we stare down into the abyss? Maybe I could have them design something, but I don't want it to be a Tiv or a Dominator. Something that's like visually unique for this game. Like an intercept vehicle that's visually unique. Oh yeah, got some Z fighting there off in the distance. Okay, yeah. Photosensitive epilepsy warning. Don't watch the last 3 seconds of the stream. It's roping out now. Still getting some power flashes up in there. So I think what I'll do is I'll quickly add the underground terrain thing so we'll avoid those issues. I think I just need to scale up the existing one. And then I'll push an update tonight so that everybody will get the, like, you can turn off motion blur, you can customize the volume of the global volume, engine volume, and then your game will also be ready for the DLC when it releases on Friday. But yeah, so in terms of future DLC, I would really like the barn burner. I think that'd be cool. I don't know Jonas's vehicles. It's just like they're just like kind of generic black pickups on it, maybe with the trailer as well. Introduce a new probe model DLC along with it. Then again, I've got to be careful because this isn't Dorothy, this is Toto, which is a real world interim package. Whereas Dot 3 is specific to the movie and I can't just rip that off. So let's see how we did in terms of data. Oh wow, we got a lot of data there. 902,000. Okay, what upgrades have I been hurting for? Well, it doesn't really matter because all I can afford to do is make the truck a bit heavier, and getting lofted hasn't been an issue recently. So I think I'll wrap up the stream there. The Ranch Blazer. Yeah. Ranch. Yeah, I'll have to come up with. I'll have a think. Barn burner. Just have to come up with like a synonym for barn and a separate synonym for burner. But yeah, I think blazer is a good one because it's almost the same word. And then yeah, I've already got the pathway now to add DLC to the game. Also, I guess when this update comes out, hopefully tonight, modding's technically supported, but I haven't provided any of the project files needed to get modded vehicles into the game. I'm going to let the DLC run for a couple of weeks and then I'll start putting together some more sort of modding specific tutorials and projects and things. Oh yeah, I'll make sure I'll credit it to Hecka, the shoe brick failure. So yeah, I think yeah. So I'll end the stream now, get the updated build out, and I'll see you all again on another stream, probably tomorrow if I can manage it. But yeah, everybody have a brilliant rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining and interacting. DLC is coming out very soon. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the next one.